Someone silenced the band, and the happy chatter of the fairies died away. Queen Titania fluttered forward and landed in front of Jack Frost. "Welcome to our fairyland palace," she said in her calm, strong voice. "I hope that you are all here to enjoy the summer fair and be the part of the celebration. But you and your goblins should be asked to leave if you cause any trouble." "Your fairies have been causing trouble for my goblins for the last 2 days," Jack Frost grumbled. "Why should I tell them to behave themselves?" "The Funfair fairies have only been searching for their rightful belongings," the queen said. "They have done nothing wrong." Jack Frost let out a huffing noise, but said nothing. His frown grew deeper. "Can't we just stay for a bit?" one of the goblins pleaded in a squeaky voice. "It looks brilliant here." Rachel saw Jack Frost's eyes darting left and right. He was taking in all the sights of the funfair, and she could tell that he felt excited. "All right," he said, as if he really did not want to say yes. "Just this once we will do what the queen says. But I am only agreeing to it because I am a king and generous ruler. Say thank you." "Thank you," the goblin shouted. Jack Frost slapped his hands over his ears as the goblins scattered through the funfair. Then a smile spread over his face and he raced after them. The queen raised her hand and the music started up again. Soon the fairies had almost forgotten that Jack Frost and his goblins were there. They were all having such a good time, and they forgot to cause any trouble. The next time Rachel and Kirsty saw Jack Frost, he was strolling along with a lollipop in one hand and a candy cane in the other. His mouth twitched when he saw them. "I think that was almost a real smile," said Kirsty in wonder. "Are you having a good time?" Rachel asked him. The almost real smile made her feel brave. Jack Frost cleared his throat as if he were a little embarrassed. "I have to admit," he said, "those fairies really know how to put on a show. My funfair at the ice castle is not quite as fun," Kirsty suggested. Jack Frost nodded. "Maybe their magical key rings did not contain all their funfair magic," he said. "I expect that is why mine was not as good." "It isn't magic that makes this funfair so good," Kirsty said. "You wanted to keep your funfair for yourself, but the fairies wanted everyone to have fun." "Why should that make a difference?" Jack Frost asked in surprise. "Because sharing things with your friends makes them twice as good," said Bobbi, coming up behind Rachel and Kirsty with the other funfair fairies. Jack Frost shrugged and wandered off towards the doorjams. "We've come to say goodbye," said Ray. "It is getting late and it's time to send you home." Rachel and Kirsty hugged their new fairy friends goodbye. "Thank you for everything," said Paloma. "I hope we can see you again soon." Bobbi flicked her wand. The fairy funfair disappeared in a whirl of sparkles, and Rachel and Kirsty were back at the Fernando's Fabulous Funfair in Timpington, blinking fairy dust out of their eyes. They saw that they were standing in the place where the goblin Bouncy castle had been. Matilda and Georgia were running towards them across the grass. "It is all fixed," Matilda called. "What about that bouncing competition?" Georgia added. "We'll race you there." A few seconds later, all four dolls arrived at the purple bouncing castle. This time it was fully inflated and ready for fun. They kicked off their shoes and clambered on. Soon they were bouncing side by side, their hair flying up as they jumped. "This is so fun," said Rachel to Kirsty after a few minutes. "But I cannot bounce anymore. After spending so long running around the Fairyland Funfair, my legs are aching." "Mine too," said Kirsty, laughing. "We tried our best, but I think Matilda and Georgia have won this competition." They climbed off the bouncy castle, laughing and gasping for breath. Matilda and Georgia were still bouncing high. "We should give them a prize for winning the bouncing competition," said Kirsty. "How about the toy fairies that we won in Fairyland?" said Rachel as she put on her shoes. "That is a brilliant idea," said Rachel. When the twins climbed off the bouncy castle, Rachel and Kirsty presented them with their prizes. Matilda and Georgia were delighted. "I have never seen such beautiful dolls," said Matilda. "Are you sure you want to give them to us?" Rachel and Kirsty nodded. "We know you will give them a good home," said Kirsty. "After all, we've got something better than toy fairies," Rachel whispered to Kirsty as the sisters were putting on their shoes. "We've got friendships with real fairies." "Would you like to come to our caravan and have some lemonade?" Matilda asked. "Yes, please," said Kirsty. Arm in arm, the four girls headed back towards the funfair. Rachel and Kirsty glanced back at the bouncy castle and exchanged a secret smile. They had shared wonderful adventures with the Funfair fairies, and they knew that now the magical key rings were back where they belonged. They would be able to relax and enjoy the last few hours of the Fernando's fabulous funfair. "I wonder when our next fairy adventure will be," Kirsty whispered. Rachel smiled at her. "Soon, I hope," she said. "But whenever and wherever it comes, I know we will be ready for it."